Hello everyone, my name is Sean, and I'm going to go over how to install a free piece of software called fail2ban to protect your OpenSSH server against brute force attempts using usernames and passwords. Fail2ban is a free, lightweight piece of software, very simple to install, very simple to configure, and very effective. The way that this software actually works is that it follows your OpenSSH logs to detect against repeated attempts to log into your server that have failed. So let's begin. To do this, you're just going to go into your terminal. In this case, I'm in the terminal of my server, and we're going to do the following command: sudo --get install fail2ban. Now I already have the program installed, but I'll show you what you're going to see on your side. Your side will differ from what I'm seeing here. You will actually see the application download and install, and that's it. Pretty much, once you have this installed, 90% of the work is already done for you. The configuration file does pretty well at doing some basic security. But we want to fine-tune everything. Of course, you don't want to use everything default. So to go ahead and change our configuration, we're going to go into fail2ban's install directory. Fail2ban is located at etc/fail2ban directory. And now, once we're there, we were actually to list the files that we have in this directory. We have 4. We're most interested in jail.conf, so we're going to edit this file. So I'm going to use Nano text editor. You can use whatever software, whatever text editor you like, Pico, VI, Emacs, whichever suits your fancy. And we've opened that up, the configuration file up. Now for the sake of the video, we're just going to stop at SSH. Now, fail2ban is not designed specifically for SSH. It also protects FTP servers, Apache. In certain implementations, you can actually use asterisks to, you can protect against an asterisk server, so to prevent unauthorized attempts to gain access to one of your SIP accounts. You're pretty much going to follow the same steps, but with asterisks and all the other ones, each one has to be tuned for its specific function. So the first part we're going to look at is the ban time. Now by default it's 600 seconds. I've since changed that to my personal value, what I think is great. Again, you can change it to 5 seconds if you want. Way too short. You might as well not have anything installed for 5 seconds. But if you have it, let's say you wanted it to be an hour, you'd put in, the amount of seconds for an hour and such and such. The max retry by default is 6. I've since set it to 3, and that's just my personal threshold that I set. Again, you can set it to whatever you want. If this is a server that many users are accessing on a daily basis, let's say it's an SSH server on a specific network that is used to access your customer devices, and let's say this is a corporate environment or a small business environment, you might want to have a little bit more leeway, maybe about 5-6 attempts, because it's a user on a daily basis. But for remote administration, you want to have it low, because the amount of SSH or the amount of brute force attempts that happen on a daily basis using scripts and bots, you want to have a bit of a tight grip as to how many times someone's able to try to log into your server with the wrong usernames and passwords. So moving on, we're going to edit another part of our file. So we're just going to come down here a bit, and you're going to see the section where it says jails, and we're going to look for SSH. And by default, you're going to see enabled equals true, the port SSH, and the log path. Now this is important. You want to leave the log path default, where this log path is not the log path of fail2ban. This is the log path of the SSH log that is actually going and is going to detect what IPs are offending. So basically leave that as it is. Now the max retry we're going to by default is actually 6. I've set it to 3 to match my my configuration. And now once we have our steps and everything is configured, what we're going to do is save this file. So Control O, enter, and Control X to leave the text editor. Now once we're done that, we're going to want to restart the fail2ban service. So to do this, sudo service fail2ban restart, and there we go. You restart it. It now uses all your new configurations, and now it's pretty much set up. There's not much more to do. This software has additional capabilities. You can actually have it set up so each time it bans an IP, you get an email. Now the way that this software actually works on the banning the IP portion is that it'll take the IP and it'll make a rule in the in your IP tables to block further attempts against the SSH protocol from this IP. So let's see how this works. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get off my remote machine here. I'm going to open up another terminal on my local machine, and we're going to attempt to remotely access this server with a wrong username and password. Okay. And actually, sorry to say, I think while I was testing for the demo, my IP was already banned. So to check and see what the server is seeing, we're going to go cd/var/log and then fail2ban. Okay. Actually, I'm sorry. It's actually cat, because the fail2ban and the log is actually a log file. So cat/var/log/fail2ban.log. And as you can see, yes, my IP was already banned, as you see here. And this is what you're going to be seeing. You'll check the log regularly, and you'll see once an IP has been banned, you'll see ban, and then the IP address. You can actually see the actual attempt by issuing the same type of command, cat, but what we're going to do is we're going to look at the authorization logs. And as you can see, when I was doing the testing for this server to make sure the demo was working, you'll see root from the same IP, and then it'll finally drop the connection. And that's it. The software is installed, configured, and is working. As you can see, connection timed out. Okay, so that's the end of my video. Thanks for watching. I hope that you found this video useful, and I hope that you implement this simple, basic security feature into your OpenSSH server. Again, thanks for watching. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, please leave them. And of course, you can always visit my blog, www.seanmancini.com. Have a good day.